Good afternoon. I'm Tan Trung. News of the Michael Thomas deal is hitting during the second week of Saints training camp. Eyewitness sports reporter Andrew Doak is joining us on the phone with more on this mega deal. So, Andrew, what's your biggest takeaway from what we're hearing today?
Well, the biggest takeaway, first of all, is that the Saints are obviously going to be glad to be able to get Michael Thomas back in Metairie in this holdout. The truth is that they were kind of hamstrung to Michael Thomas, and he had a lot of leverage in this situation because this is a situation that was different than what we saw with Le'Veon Bell and the Steelers last year. Le'Veon Bell, the running back, former running back for the Steelers, walked away from about $14 million a year. Michael Thomas was going to be walking away from just 1.1. So it wasn't that big of a deal for Thomas because he knew he was going to get money down the line. And because this was, he was a second-round pick, after 4 years, his rookie deal was up, so they didn't have the opportunity to be able to extend him with a fifth-year option. But this is unprecedented from the standpoint in New Orleans because they've let guys walk before at the skill position. They've let Jimmy Graham walk after he wanted more than $10 million per year. They let Brandon Cooks walk in 2017. So this is showing that not only do they think he's worthy of being paid as the top wide receiver in the league, but they're willing to tie their ship to Michael Thomas even after Drew Brees leaves for the next 6 seasons.
So, Andrew, when do we expect to hear from Michael Thomas or the Michael Thomas camp? Because I know this wasn't going to last long, but this is a mega million-dollar deal.
Yeah, no question. From every report I've read today, you can expect him to be back in Metairie and at camp on Friday. Of course, on Thursday. They have the day off today after practicing for 5 straight days. We were out there. It's kind of a grind, but I would expect to be him at practice and back with the team as soon as Thursday, which will be a good sight to see him out there because, look, at the end of the day, the Saints were not going to go win a Super Bowl if he held out this season. They kind of had to pander to whatever he wanted. He wanted to be paid the top wide receiver money in the market, which is $20 million, which has never been done before in the NFL. And we'll see who sets the market next. Julio Jones is still out there for Atlanta, but I would expect to see him back in camp on Thursday.
All right, Andrew Doak on the phone for us. Thank you, Andrew. And LeBron James is congratulating Thomas on Twitter, telling the wide receiver to, quote, settle for nothing less than greatness. Former teammate Mark Ingram, now with the Baltimore Ravens, tweeted, "All money in, earned that." New Orleans native Tyrann Mathieu was one of the first NFL players to congratulate Thomas with the message, "Earn yours."